Welcome. This is Happy Childless Mindset Podcast. Welcome to another episode. I'm with Stephanie Reardon. I think I pronounced it correctly.
Mhm.
How are you? Welcome.
I'm good, thanks. How about you?
I'm good. I'm recording two Stephanies. So
Oh, wow.
it's
Is it
it's
spelled the same?
it's my
It's
Stephanie
Steph.
day.
It is. Does she spell it the same way?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
yeah. I don't know.
I've never met a Stephanie that spells it differently, so that's why I was curious. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a social worker, if I read,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
you have two big dogs, which
Uh-huh.
I love,
Thank you.
and you're childless because
Mm-hmm.
and you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
I I usually say that I don't deny the grief, but I look for the possibilities and the opportunities to be happy. And I'm curious, how did you get to your happiness? Because sometimes we just don't see.
Right. I feel like it's taking me time. Probably like the past year, I started going to a therapist that s- was specializing in infertility,
Yeah,
since that's kind of like how my journey went, which was helpful. But then, of course, through Facebook, through the CNBC group, um, having support on there. And then actually, I was in a book group for Living Life Unexpected, and we actually just finished the book. And we just had our last meeting, but we're going to keep meeting like once a month. So I think that book was very helpful. And also, having other people that, like I was explaining to my husband, that not necessarily like, because you don't get over the whole childless thing, you just kind of accept it. And there's going to be good and bad times,
yeah,
but it's nice to have people who have like gone through it and understand. Is kind of how I explained it to him. Because he was like, you don't, so you're saying like you're going through it, like you're not through it? I said, well, I'm just saying, like, in general, like it's nice to have people who have been through the same thing.
I think we never finish going through the grief.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
lessens, it spaces out. One wave and the other are less frequent, but
Mm-hmm.
it's there always.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously there's going to be different triggers. Mother's Day, of course, is always a
Yeah,
hard one. um Sometimes when I get together with family, it can be difficult,
yeah,
just because I'm like the odd one out that doesn't have kids. Although I did kind of put it out there that, like, hey, this is going to be what it's going to be. Um, and I haven't had any, like pushback on it. So,
how did you explain to them, like, this might hurt me, or I might burst into
Mhm.
tears, you said?
Right, right, exactly. Because I wanted my brother, because specifically, I have a brother and I have a stepbrother. Of course, I'm closer to my brother than my stepbrother. Um, but I just let him and his wife know, like, hey, for not that, me and my husband are like going to get divorced or anything, but I said, for the sake of my relationship, like I'm in a good place now. Like, I've accepted the fact, like, hey, this is what my life's going to be. People think adoption is like, oh, you can't have a kid, so adopt, because they want to help you,
Yeah,
but they don't realize that that's not a cure all, and it's not a guarantee. So that's why I told my brother. Of course, he's like, so why not adopt? And I said, because I don't want to go through that. What if I go through it and then I don't have a baby, and then I'm back to the depression of where I was before? So it's
yeah.
like, that's just not my. what I want to do. I'd rather just be happy with what my life is. I'm okay with it. I'm in a good place. I don't want to go backwards.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of like, I said my relationship with my husband is more important than, you know, continuing to do this.
He's, I don't
I
know if he is he or her, but it's the
he's like, yeah.
your head and theirs is the same size. Is
He is. Yeah. He's funny.
a lot of times I've been asked the question, why don't you adopt? And I did a whole episode about it. It's not an easy fix, and I love that you were able to tell your brother about that.
Mhm.
And maybe your brother will be able to tell someone else to don't try to fix anyone by adopting, and we
Mhm.
can create this ripple effect that it's kindness,
Mhm. Mhm.
because
I-
I speak for me, but I don't want anyone to fix me or to fix my childlessness. I want to,
Mhm.
okay, this is my life now. I
Mhm.
intentionally do things that brings me joy.
Mhm. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted him to know because we have family functions. Nobody's questioned me. You know what I mean? Like ever, like after I stopped trying, nobody's kind of like said, "Hey, what are your plans?" They've just kind of been. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it out there so he knows. Like, this is just what it's gonna be. I've got nieces and nephews, so it's not like I don't have access to kids. But I just wanted him to know, like, also to make me feel better too, that like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. And of course, his wife was like, hey, I understand, and of course, he's just kind of like, whatever.
Man.
I know, like, there's no fixing being childless, it just happens. And then, of course, I had an aunt who also is childless, and I never at you know what I mean, like until it happened to me. And then she was pushing adoption on me for a while, and then I got to a point where I told her, you know it's not for me. Like,
Yeah.
my marriage is more important. Not saying like we're in a bad place, but as you know, when you struggle with infertility, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be intimate. And
Uh,
so I was like, that's more important to me is my marriage than continuing that. So,
yeah, it's not just the the marriage, it's like you said, it's the stress and the possible depression. Is not an easy thing to go through. And I think being able to voice that, it's so
mm-hmm,
powerful, not just for you.
mm-hmm, exactly. And then she in turn told me that the reason her and my uncle got divorced is because they she wanted to, like, they couldn't have kids
Yeah.
and she wanted to adopt, and I don't know that he wanted to do that. And
Yeah.
so, like, that's why they got separated. And then, a few years down the road, he ends up with somebody else and they end up having a kid together. So she understood when I told her, that's more important.
Yeah.
So
How did you like find the courage to speak to your family? Because I know there's a lot of women in our group that don't know how to talk to them.
I think I just, after being in depression for so long, like, I don't want to live the rest of my life in this like chronic depression that
Yeah.
I've just kind of, just kind of existed. I mean, I don't want to just exist. I want to enjoy my life. I mean, nobody knows how much time they have left. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there and just tell them, hey, I mean, I've had so much loss in my life, so I'm like, I just don't want to worry about any more loss. So that's kind of like how I put it.
Were you were were you afraid that they had a bad reaction or that you lost them because you were voicing, "Hey, I'm childless. I don't want to adopt. Stop trying to fix me."
No, I think it just was more of like I wanted them to understand why like it's important for me to be around my nieces and nephews
Yeah.
because there was some pushback when my nephew was born. There was like he was born early and I was allowed to go to the hospital because I worked close to it at the time. He was in the NICU for like 2 months. And then my sister-in-law like freaked out because I held him. And so I always felt like she had something against me because of that. And I was like, I was just at the hospital visiting him since you were working and thought she's like, do you want to hold him? Why not?
Yeah.
Um, but I just wanted them to know like because there's been some like disconnect with me and my brother. So I just wanted him to know, like, hey, I'm not going to be having kids. So maybe will give him more, like initiative to like try to invite me to stuff. So that way I can see my nephews because I don't see him enough. So, and of course, when I do, the oldest is always like, it was not long enough. I was like, I'm sorry, buddy. I was like, wait till school's out and I'll come over. So that was more of why I wanted to let him know is because, I want him to understand how important it is for me to have a relationship with his kids. So,
Yeah, I'm an only child, so I don't have nephews or, and a lot of times I feel like uh, I don't have enough contact with kids. And at the same times, I I'm scared of stop crying out of the blue, But I love that you were able to tell them that you need more time with your nephews because
definitely.
sorry, there was a
So I didn't want
sound.
to. I didn't want to cut you off. So go ahead.
No, no, there was a sound, a weird sound. So
Oh,
I think a lot of us wants to have more contact with kids, and at the same time, we don't want we don't want to attach to that kid, and then the parents strand, and we don't see that kid anymore, and it's a complicated
it is very
issue.
complicated
Yeah,
because I'm also older than my brother. So like he's 34. He just turned 34 this week. So I'm 42. So I mean, we've got some age difference,
yeah.
and so and of course he's the baby of the family too. So
I hope you're enjoying this episode. If you are, please support me so I can keep making this podcast. One way of doing it is joining my Facebook group. You can find the link in the description. Okay, back to the episode. Back into your dogs. You have kind of the same take of me with your pets. They are your babies.
mhm, they
And
are. They're babies.
and I know we didn't birth them and it's not the same, but for me it's a great outlet to the nurture I need to give because I feed them, I clean the poop, I
Mhm.
tuck them at night.
Exactly. Exactly. And in fact, we've always had two dogs. And in 2019, I had to put both my dogs down within like 6 months of each other. So we got my female that I have now. And then it was just her for a while. And then my big 40th birthday, I told my husband, we're not having kids. So I want another dog. And then that's when we got Toby.
Your husband does feel some grief, or he's okay with being childless?
I think he's a man and like, I think
Power
he,
through.
yes, powers through. In fact, we were talking about the other day, like I said, what do you mean you're going through, going through it or whatever? He's like, well, I was just, you're up here. And then he's like, you just go down. And that's kind of how he explained it to me. So I said, that makes sense. And I think the hard part for him was like, he wanted to fix it and it was something he couldn't fix.
Yeah,
So I think that's what makes him more upset than anything is like, if I'm upset about something, he wants to be able to fix it. And since he can't, that it's hard for him.
yeah,
But I do think that he did for a while because initially the issue was me, but then it ended up being him as well. So it's not like it was all on him.
yeah. Most most partner people that I interview about infertility, childless because of infertility, it's a two-way component. It's not
Mm,
just a woman or just a man. It's weird. I interview one woman that she is just her husband. Sorry, my pronouns and my mind.
yeah, yeah, no worries.
But mostly it's a combined thing, and doctors don't have the answer, and there's
Mhm.
no. The good part of that is no one's fault. There's no one to blame.
Mhm. Exactly. And I honestly, we talked about this a lot in the group that I did with the book. I believe my problem is I was on birth control for too long.
Yeah,
And they, when you're young, they tell you how to prevent pregnancy, but they don't explain to you you have this limited time in your life to
yeah,
get pregnant. Like you're born with all the eggs you'll ever need. And as you get older, they just slowly decrease. And me thinking, oh, I wanted to go to school. I wanted to get married. Then I wanted to have kids. And that's what I did. And I was 30, 31, I think, when we got married. And I had been on birth control from high school all the way
yeah,
till I was 30. And my doctor just kept saying, I knew that was gonna probably happen. Um, I said, I kept asking my doctor, what's going on? Like, I've been off it'll happen. And I was like, no. And then finally I got tested and they're like, yeah, your eggs are low. It's,
yeah. I wish I had a lot of warning. I have endometriosis, so I was also in the pill for from 15 to my 30s.
hmm
And the endometriosis part has a lot of complex things. And on top
hmm
of that, the pill did it number two. But no one ever told me. And I didn't even know about perimenopausal. And I am now perimenopausal, and I'm talking to a lot of women that are going through the same. But our moms didn't told us about this.
they
It
didn't
was
know.
every hush hush. And
Huh?
so I remember my mom having hot flashes, but nothing else. And I have so many things. Like I I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't go back to sleep, or the hot flashes, or I'm angry at nothing. And no one
hmm
tells about this. And
They don't.
so it's important also that part, not just the childlessness part, but it's important we start talking about the fertility and the eggs
hmm
and the viability of everything. And
Exactly.
yes,
And essentially, when you're 30, that's old to start. But you think, oh, you have time.
yeah.
And I
And
went to a, go ahead.
no, no.
Okay, I was just gonna say I went to an acupuncturist once during my infertility just because I was like, oh, I'll try it, see what happens. But she was like, she wanted me to keep going and keep going, and then she wanted my husband to go, and she goes, "You suppressed your ovulation. You were on the pill, from then till then." She's like, "You suppressed your ovulation that many times. No wonder you're having trouble." And I was like, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. And for me, like until my 30, I was trying to figure out who the fuck I was.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. What am I
And
gonna do?
yeah, and the kids were a given. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to settle down and have the kids. And
Right.
because, as you said, studying and finding a partner
Mhm.
and the job, and
Right.
no one told me, like, you have a clock and it's awful, but biologically that happens.
Mm-hmm. And somebody also told me if you start your period younger, like it might even like that window might close faster for you. I don't know. I think
I don't,
I wasn't I don't know if that's true or not, but I just
yeah,
kind of heard that. So I was in fourth grade. I should have been in fifth because I got held back. So I don't know. I was like 11, 12, I think, when I started.
that's young for me. I started at 14. But yeah, that's the other thing. I'm listening more and more girls go into their period in younger.
Hmm.
And and I've seen a lot of reels and studies about how no one there wasn't enough studies about female reproduction and
Hmm.
menopause and I think sadly we are paying the consequences of that.
Hmm. I agree.
My hope is we can like warn the ones that come in after
Hmm.
us and also
Hmm.
show the ones that are going to be childless
Hmm.
anyway that is
Right.
possible to have a happy life, a fulfilling life.
Hmm. I agree. Because I actually, do you guys have Starbucks in Argentina?
Yeah,
Of course you
I
do.
think it's everywhere, it's like McDonald's.
I worked at Starbucks actually for their infertility insurance.
Yeah,
Um, my husband works construction, but like his insurance, as good as it is, didn't cover it. So I was like, I'm gonna go work there part time. So they pay for treatments and medications, and you just have to be part time there. But I would tell them young girls, I'm not condoning you to go out and have unprotected sex, but I was like, don't be on birth control for a long time
yeah,
because I said that's what happened to me. And
yes,
even some of the young girls that like one of the girls at work, she just graduated college, and I told her the same thing. I said, I'm not telling you not to be on birth control, but just be careful with it.
yes, because pills have a lot of side effects and
Hmm.
we were the guinea pigs.
Hmm.
Yeah, steering a little bit the conversation to a more happier
Yeah,
take
no worries.
because we are in a down spiral rabbit hole.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, no worries. No worries.
what are the things that makes you feel joy in your everyday life, you know?
Definitely having my dogs. When I come home from work, of course, they greet you. It doesn't matter how bad of a day you had, they're always
Yeah,
there. Um, of course, my husband, even though he can be a grump sometimes. Um, I mean, I really like my job. I mean, that's pretty fulfilling.
you have a
All
hard
and although I
it's a
do,
hard
yeah,
job, but
I do.
yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not fulfilling.
Yes, and I was talking about that with him the other day because he always teases me like, "When are you going to make all the money and I can stay home?" And I always laugh at him. I said, "In social work, I'm not going to make a lot of money. I don't want to be a therapist. I already decided that. Um, but I was like, I finally found a job that I like and it's
Mm.
fulfilling. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I told you I interviewed another Stephanie before, and we were talking about we need money to live, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not something that I aim to like.
Exactly.
I need to make money, money, money. I need
Mm-hmm.
to make money to buy a new computer, and but for me being successful is about feeling fulfillment in my work also, not just
Exactly.
something that I do after work or just the weekends.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I worked in long term care when I was in college. I did activities. And that's kind of where I found my love of working with seniors.
Yeah.
So then when this popped up and I was ready for a career change, I'd always wanted to apply and I never did. And it was just time and it was meant to be because it was like I literally put my 2 weeks in at my previous job. I was still working in Starbucks. I had a Zoom interview, an in-person interview. They asked me for my references on the Monday, my last week at my other job, and I had the job by the middle of that week. So before I was done at my old job, they was offered this job. So I was like, it was
It
meant to
was meant
be.
to be, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You work with elderly, I knew that, but did that job make you more aware of how to prepare for when you are older, or
Hmm. I would agree because, like I said, I worked in activities, and I always had like the heart, especially for the ones that didn't have children,
yeah.
and I would always kind of cling to them like, oh gosh, they don't have any children, and I mean, not that they weren't fulfilled or didn't have friends or visitors or whatever, but it was just always like, oh,
Yeah, it's your soft spot. Everyone has it.
yeah, yeah. And now that I think about it, it kind of helps you kind of think like, what's going to happen when I get older. I mean, I being in the field that I am in, we always joke and say that, like, if for some reason we need to be in a facility, we're going to be like, I need an ombudsman, give me the ombudsman, and be like, does that person still work there? We joke about it all the time, but yeah, because we have great websites we can tell people to go onto and look for places. And
Yeah.
I kind of, if it's not a place, I'll just go. Even though I'm not supposed to, I just kind of like, you might want to keep looking. But I do. I feel like it's more prepared me of kind of like what to expect
Yeah.
for when I get older. I mean, because we never know what our health's gonna be like.
Yeah. I I don't know how it's going to be like. I did some minimal preparations, like an intended thing,
Hmm.
but it's something that I feel a lot of childless people are scared of, Who is
Hmm.
going to take care of me if I get sick, if I
Hmm.
have to go to a nursing home? And you said something right now that it was like, it's not like they didn't have any visitors. And that
Hmm.
made my heart, yes, you know,
Yes. Because even if you do have children, that doesn't mean they're gonna come visit all the time.
exactly.
Because you do find that as well. There are people that have kids that don't visit. So,
Yeah, it's not a guarantee, but it
hmm.
doesn't mean that because we are childless, no one is going to care enough to go see us.
Hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, and that I think is what I'm aiming to, I want, as since I'm single and childless, my friends are my family.
Hmm.
That's, I don't know, that's my hope, my friends.
Hmm.
I have. younger friends, or I'm kind of more like a mentor to some girls, so I think maybe they will visit me.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, and that is, I don't know, I like it.
that is true.
Yeah.
And of
Anything
course,
else?
I
Yeah,
do. And the nice part I was gonna say too about it, or my job is I'm not like stationed at one particular building. I get to go to different buildings,
yeah,
so and visit different people, and help women with as issues come up. But there's good and bad facilities, so it's
yeah,
not like it makes the harder facilities to go to by getting to go to the the ones that don't have issues. So.
yeah, yeah. That's it. But I think that happens in
Mhm.
everything. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's
Mhm.
doing a good research
Mhm.
and inform yourself. But I found out that I'm not stressing too much about that.
Mhm.
I do have things and thinking and in process for that. But maybe a bus runs me over tomorrow and I don't get
Right. That's what I
to,
mean. You just
yeah.
never know.
So I try to don't spiral into what I'm going to do
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I would miss this part.
Mhm. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything?
Then
Yeah.
the other thing I was gonna say too was that like I know we talked about you don't have football, you've got soccer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my big thing right now is I enjoy going to our football games. Um and I on the list for tickets. I didn't quite get off this year, maybe next year, but that's what I'm looking forward to is football season. And then I've been going to different fundraisers that all of our players are having, so then I get to meet the players and it's pretty cool. So that's kind of my other thing that I like enjoy doing. So.
And that's awesome because it's not, I don't want to say weird, but it's not the usual hobbies we are supposed to have as a woman,
Mhm.
and it's awesome you get to do that, and you found something that, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm passionate about this and I enjoy it. So yeah, I
My
know
husband played
nothing.
football. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
my
know
husband
nothing
played
about.
football in school. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. So we actually met and we we actually met in middle school on the football field. I was a cheerleader, he played football. So, I've always liked football.
I would
Um
I would have loved to do cheerleading because I love the pirouettes and the
uh-huh.
that kind of stuff. But that doesn't happen here. We don't have cheerleaders here, so
Aw,
my bad.
that stinks.
Yeah, I love the acrobatics of it.
Mhm. Yeah, that was always fun. So,
Yeah,
um plus it
and
gives me stuff to look forward to. You know what I mean? Like throughout the summer and,
yes,
fall/winter.
absolutely. And that speaks about the huge amount of possibilities we have
Mhm.
because
Exactly.
like I crochet, yeah, it's a cliche, but there are a lot of other ways to have a hobby or to
Mhm.
find a passion about something, and it doesn't have to be crocheting.
Right. Right. I agree. But I do like to bake too, so.
Eh, I don't bake. I cook, but baking is like it's a formula and you have to have the
Mhm.
right amount, and I cook like
Exactly.
I what do I have in the fridge? Oh, okay, I'm going to invent this.
Mhm.
So
You're right. But yeah, I like to do I specifically cookies, so that's kind of like
send them a few. I like cookies and I don't
yeah.
make them.
Yeah, my and in fact, like everybody loves the butter cookies. Like it's a grandma recipe. They're like 4 sticks of butter in there, but that's why they taste so good with icing on it. Yep. Yep. That's been like my go-to anymore because it used to be just a Christmas thing, but then after my mom passed away, I was like, I'm just making them whenever I want.
Yeah.
any any family function, you know.
Yes, and it's a great way to reconnect with your grandma and your mom through those cookies.
Because we bake them every year at Christmas. We would have a big cookie day.
I
So
love
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mhm. Lots of fun.
That, yeah.
I actually have my grandma's cookie recipes in her handwriting too.
That I have my great grandma's that I met her, but I can't understand her
Oh
handwriting.
no. Oh
It's
no.
really small and curvy, and
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
some recipes that my mama and I were able to really read, and there are some like
Uh-huh.
we don't know what this is. There's
Right.
the missing ingredient, you know. And
I know. There's like, and of course I like cheesy, like, like Hallmarky movies too, and comedies too. But there's the cheesy movies like I can't get this right. It's missing something. I'm like,
the
they
ingredient
said,
is love.
right, exactly. They said it's love, and then somebody looked at their recipe and they were like, "Oh, that's what you're missing." And then, like it worked. I'm like, thank goodness I have recipes that have the ingredients right on it, because I don't know that I could figure them out if I didn't have a recipe.
I tried and I ate so many awful, awful things trying to to duplicate recipes. And yeah,
That's so funny. I don't know what they're barking at. I was like, oh, maybe I should go out to my car, but I figured it was okay.
it I hear them, but from afar. It's not like
Okay.
they overtake the microphone. So yeah, and
Okay, good.
they're barking. They're a big size, so of course their barking is like
Oh
move.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And they've been going back and forth all day. So I'm like, come on, guys. Just like having kids. I
Yes,
got the I got the female who has to put the male in his place.
I yeah, I a lot of episodes I've been with one of my dogs like pawing me or putting her head like
Oh,
I want to go out. I want to go out. And it's like I'm
you're like, you gotta
recording.
wait.
Yeah, wait a little bit. And and at the same time it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
now.
like, oh, you're. I saw the one with your cat. I would loved it. Your cat was just sitting right next to you, like, hi.
Yeah, that's the one that yeah, it was so funny. And then the whole episode, her tail in my face was like,
Oh, and see, look now he's like, pay attention to me, mom.
this enough. Enough of you on the phone.
I know, right? It's like they know. They're like they are like kids. They know, they wait until you're on the phone or you're talking to
Yes.
somebody, and then that's when they make their noise.
Yes. And I don't know, I couldn't live without pets. And I
Oh, I
don't
know, me neither.
I understand that they are not for everyone,
Hmm.
but they bring me so much joy that yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
And the really cool thing is, I go to a facility that is strictly an Alzheimer's facility, and they actually there are 3 residents with their dogs there, like they're little dogs. But
yeah,
I told their one of their staff members, I was like, I just think that's great you do that because most people have to get rid of their animals when they move into a
yeah,
place. There are some assisted living facilities that will let you have pets, but to me, that one's more of a nursing home because it's specifically for Alzheimer's people.
yeah.
Um,
And I think
I think that's great.
that's one of my fears, that
Hmm.
I won't get bring my pet with me because
Mhm.
I know I keep having pets. They live
Mhm.
shorter than us, so
You're right.
yeah. Hi,
There he
baby.
is.
Hi.
Look at him. You're so
Oh,
you're so regal.
he can eat you whole.
Yes. He's like, oh, he's like, pay attention to me, mom.
Yeah.
He gets acne under his chin because he drools so much.
I was going to say my love, but in Spanish, and then I
Yeah.
remember we are talking in English.
Yeah, hey, it's okay. How do you say it?
Mi amor.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and it's like it's a reflex to say mi amor to a pet.
Yeah,
Mi
hey.
amor.
Yeah, no worries. I love that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love, is there anything else you want to share?
He's like,
He's
he's like, he's like, mom, mom, you want to say hi? He says, he's like, it's not time for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything particular else that I wanted to talk about. Um, I mean, obviously it's kind of a process. Everybody's got to go through it in their own time, and there's
yeah.
going to be ups and downs, and you just kind of have to get through them.
Yes. I never deny that I have my sad days. And
Mm-hmm.
I think even in the midst of my grief, I could laugh.
Yeah.
It's not one emotion all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember what my husband said the other night. I just belly laughed so hard. I was just like, oh, I needed that.
Yeah.
No, he's a big old baby. That's for
See
sure.
that? Yeah. He's a giant baby. I love him.
That's Toby. He's just like, I'm ready, mom. Ready for nap.
Do you sleep with them in the bed?
It's
How?
very
Uncomfortable.
strategic. We have a king bed. He sleeps at my feet. My female sleeps with her head on my head. She has to be touching me when we're sleeping.
Yeah.
She's been like that since she was a puppy. And if he could sleep up by my head too, he probably would, but he sleeps at my feet. So
Yeah. I I
I don't know how
imagine
I do
like
it.
yeah, your husband falling out of the bed and
He does, and he says, "You pushed me out of bed." I said, "No, I didn't." I'm like in my middle of the bed, just I don't know how I fall asleep, but I do. And he's on his side. He's like, "You pushed me." I'm like, "I can't help it that you fell." He moves so much in his sleep, so
I moved so much too. That's why I couldn't sleep. My dogs sleep with me and my cat, but but they, but now they are used to me rolling and
oh,
oh yeah, they roll with me, you know.
oh,
But
he's
yeah,
sleeping now.
oh,
He's snoring.
I hear him snore.
It's funny. He like fights it. He's like a toddler because he's two, and
Yeah,
he's like, I don't want to go to sleep. His one eye kind of wonders when he gets tired. So we look at him like, are you tired? And he'll be like, I don't want to sleep though.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, I had a dog that did that too. It's like, I don't want to go to sleep, but you're falling asleep. No, 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 no.
When you're younger, you don't want to nap, but then when you get older, you're like, oh, I'm
All I
gonna
want
take a
to do
nap.
is nap.
Exactly, exactly. I just found out my iron's too low, so I was like, no wonder I'm tired all the time. So I'm
Yeah.
working on that.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
taking vitamin D because
okay,
I also had it really low. So yeah, and the
I
B12 and
oh, that's okay. Does B12 help with that?
it helps me because I'm a vegetarian, so I don't
Oh,
get the
okay.
from yeah. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I found these gummies. I found them on Amazon. They're like little bears and they taste like strawberries and they're like 80 milligrams of iron and they taste good and they don't upset your stomach. So
Oh,
that's what
that's
I'm
awesome.
doing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then I'm just trying to get iron in other ways too because I was like, I tried it. I actually, they told me last year that I was, but I tried the stuff they told me to take and I couldn't do it
Yeah.
with my stomach. So I was like, well, I'll just take these when I go back in 3 months. And then they tell me, I was like, hey, at least I'm attempting. So at least it'll increase. It may not be exactly as much as they wanted me to take like 320 something milligrams of iron a day. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
No, I
And so,
tried. Yeah, I tried taking the iron pills once and I couldn't. I got sick and yeah.
yeah. Ow, that means, but yeah, that they're little bears though. They taste good too. So it's like, I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I would do that too. The lentils and chickpeas and that kind of stuff, if you add vitamin C, like a drop of lemon or something like that, they have
Okay,
iron too.
that's good to know. A friend of mine, she just left us to go work for the one of the universities here, and she's a social worker, dietitian, you name it. So she's like, raisins, eat your raisins and your spinach.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So I've been eating raisins every day, thinking that hopefully that helps too.
Yeah, every little helps. We don't realize how much a little bit of everything we eat
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, at least I'm trying. I mean, I could have not taken anything, but hey, at least I found something that works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's hard. I
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. So now I could be like, okay, so what else do you do for?
Yeah, I use the I don't know how it's called. It's a group of food that are lentil, chickpeas,
Oh, okay.
beans, all of that they have iron, but you have to ingest them with vitamin C, with something containing vitamin C. Otherwise your body doesn't absorb it.
I did see that somewhere, so that's good to know.
I do that, yeah.
So
Yeah.
do you like eat some type of like something with vitamin C in it, or do you drink something with it
I
when you eat?
usually like do a chickpea salad and I add
Oh, okay.
lemon as a dressing, or I put
Oh,
lemon in my cup of water.
oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Because maybe that's what I'll start doing is putting lemon in my water.
I love lemon, so everything has lemon for me. And
That's awesome.
yeah, hello. Thank you so much for being my guest.
No
And
problem.
we will keep talking in Facebook. I hope.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, definitely.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Goodbye.